You want to hear something that's very shocking? It's been since July 23rd, 2014, since I have done a review for Noragami. The last review I did was for OVA 2 of Noragami, and that was July 23rd, 2014. Just to put that in perspective, this is 2015. It's been over a year since I have done a review for this series. Oh my god. I did not realize it has been that long since I sat down and did a review for Noragami. Let's put this in a better perspective. This channel has been around as long as when Noragami started airing. Like, Noragami is one of the first series I started reviewing. That is how long it's been. Noragami is a series that I have sentimental value to. For one, it's one of the first few series I reviewed on this channel. I have made a lot of friends because of Noragami. I've got to meet many of you Chibits, get to talk with you because of this series. It's just good to see Noragami back. It really makes me sentimental. It does. The nostalgia and just realizing this is one of the first series I reviewed. Damn. My happiness right now is just too damn high. Okay, so Noragami Season 2 is finally here, and this is a series I had been looking forward to so much since it was announced a long time ago, because if you did not know, from what I was told a long time ago, was that Season 1, that was made by Studio Bones, it ended on a cliffhanger, but also it ended on a filler ending. Like, the ending wasn't canon at all. It did not actually go with the plot, from what I was told. And to actually find out that there was going to be a Season 2, I was overjoyed. And to finally see it here, Episode 1, Season 2... And what's great about it is all the things I loved about Noragami was in this episode. Yatogami to Hiyori and their, antics with Yukine. Yukine just being, a loner but being a badass. Just so many characters. All the characters I loved were kind of in this episode. They reappeared. They had their lines. This was an episode, even though it didn't really have much new to bring to the table besides certain things, which I will get into. It was mainly just there for the old fans of the anime, just to have that bit of nostalgia. You're like, oh my god, it's actually back. It's back in anime form. It's hard to believe. Glad to see it back. I'm really glad to see Noragami back. So, the way the first episode is going, we're getting into a Bishamon arc. And that is the arc I remember so many manga readers hyping up when I reviewed the first season. I remember it in the comments. I remember that. I remember so many Chibits saying in the comments, like, why are they doing this filler? Why are they doing this filler? I wanted to see the Bishamon arc. I remember Chibits saying that. I remember that. And to see now that they're finally doing it, I'm going to get to see why so many were hyping up Noragami as manga readers when I was reviewing the first season. And to see this finally, to see Bishamon have the main focus of an arc, because she's a really good character. I liked her character in Season 1. And then seeing, how we also got these other characters being set up, along with, something to do with these masks going on. Like that one mask that has, an eye on it that we saw Yato look at. There is some good setup for the villains of this season, along with what the season is going to be centered around. Now, I don't know if the entirety of this season is going to be focusing on the Bishamon arc, because I don't really know how long the Bishamon arc is in the manga. But the way the opening was done, the opening makes me assume that this is going to be entirely wrapped around Bishamon and her entire arc. So, I'm fine with that. I'm fine if we just get one arc. As long as if the pacing is done right, and, the story is, paced right, and we have all the details from the manga in this, anime, I'm completely satisfied. Now, one thing I want to mention is the opening song, besides the visuals, of course. I like the song. I personally am a bigger fan of the first song, but I mean, nothing's really going to beat that first Noragami opening to me, because that was just too fucking good. But the new opening song is still catchy, it's very nice, and it does keep that Noragami atmosphere about it, so I really have no complaints when it comes to the new opening song for Noragami, but to my taste, I prefer the first opening song. Ending song, yeah, it's pretty good. It's around the same level as how the ending song was on the first season, so I don't really have much to say about that. Now, the visual-wise, when it comes to Noragami Season 2, the visuals look the same as how it did in the first season. Now, I will admit a couple of things real quick. Even though the animation art looked really nice, and it looked like, you know, how it was in Season 1, there was some derps I didn't notice. I did notice that at the beginning, like right towards the beginning of the episode, there was a couple of frames, especially where the faces were kind of not drawn in. I'll probably show it on the screen for you to see what I'm talking about. But besides that, there wasn't nothing major that degraded the episode. Majority of the episode looked pretty damn nice for animation art style-wise, so no complaints whatsoever on that point. Now, in terms of just where it's going, I can't wait to see where it's going to go and how the season is going to be done. I wonder if we're going to have like a fillerish type ending to this season, or is it going to follow canon and maybe hint at a Season 3? Who the hell knows? But for now, I'm glad to see more Noragami. I'm glad to see it back. I'm glad to be able to talk about it and just, you know, be able to come back to you old Chibits. Like, there's many Chibits that have been in this community for a very long time that, you know, started, you know, being a part of this community because of Noragami. And I know some of you are still around, and to see, you know, how old Chibits are going to be coming back, or I'm going to get to see you old Chibits again talking about Noragami. Damn, the fucking feels right now, man. I just want to grab my heart. So, I'm just going to say, everybody, how do you feel about Noragami being back? How sentimental is this to you? Like, I mean, this is actually one of the main things that has helped grow our community, too. This series has. So, how do you feel about it being back? And you old Chibits that have been around since the Noragami days, just reflect. It's been over a year. It's been over a fucking year. Just think about that. So, yeah. I'll see you all next week on Friday for a review. This is more of my first impressions reaction to, you know, the Season 2. This ain't, like, really a review, but still, I mean, I think the point is across. I loved this series. I love this Season 2. I'm glad to see it again, and the first episode doesn't really have much going for it when it comes to bringing a lot of new on the table. It's mainly just for nostalgia-wise. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.